All right. All right. Well, welcome. Happy July, everyone. I call to order the City of Travelers Council Committee meeting for Monday, July the 6th. It's nice to see you all here. We will jump into the Personnel Committee. Dr. Shanice Chris.
Hey, thank you. I'd like to introduce the members of the Personnel Committee. Council members Catherine James, Grant Baumgartner, Sherry Mira, and Kelly Byers. Is there a motion to approve the June 15th Personnel Committee minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Okay, it passes. And that's all we have, but does anybody in the committee have any questions about anything or on council? All right, motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shanice. Public Works Committee, Chair Lane.
I call to order the Public Works Committee. Present are myself, Grant Baumgartner, and Sherry Umera. Do I have a motion to approve the June 15th, 2026 Public Works Committee minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? And we let Philip take vacation, but not you.
I
so-
know, exactly. There's something wrong about this right here.
But we appreciate you and all that you did this past weekend. So,
Good,
David
good.
Garland, what do you have to share with us?
Yeah, I got a few little updates or a few little additions to the report. They're starting to mount the pads for the street lighting on North Poinsett, so that's going in. Road construction, we got an update today, 4 to 6 weeks, and they'll be complete. That's a good number, I hope. Greenville Water will be there about 1 more week to do their stuff. So hopefully that'll be the infrastructure pretty well, mostly done anyhow. Red light at Tubbs is working. I've been working on that for 30 years. That's really good.
Wow.
That's awesome. Next glass recycling will be September 12th. And on to good news, I think it's good news anyhow. Greenville Sports League is starting to use the football field at Gateway. I love to see people there. It's pretty neat to see that field used again. It's been a while. And then TR Youth Association is going to use Chico Park, both fields, starting, I think, Thursday, they said, but it could be tomorrow, I think, but he said Thursday this morning. So there we go. Any questions? That's a lot.
It is a lot. Does anybody on the committee have any questions for David? The diagonal crossing, we drove by there Saturday, and when's that going to be up and running?
Well, I understand there's a computer issue that they're
Okay.
working out, so
Okay.
once they get that done, it should be ready. I think the striping,
It's all there.
all
Yeah.
there, yeah. It's just a matter of getting everything working on the computer side of it.
Okay. Does anybody on council have any questions?
I have a question about signal timing. Is there a period in which an engineer comes and sees how the traffic is flowing through both of that cross, but also the one at Tubbs, just to make sure traffic is performing the way it should?
Councilmember James, yes. DOT will come back with us and study it after a couple weeks of use.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Once all of the crosswalk in Poinsett is done, is that when we're moving over to the Pinestone crosswalk? So there won't be a big break in between, they'll keep going? Okay.
Councilmember.
They're on the
Mira, yes,
calendar? Okay.
Yes, that's the final phase of this is painting the crosswalks, the new crosswalks on Main Street.
Okay.
And I assume also DOT will take into consideration the school, then since we're not in school session now, that they will take that into part of their traffic study and setting those lights also.
Councilmember Baumgartner, yes, they studied that prior to school going out. So the actual accounts for school, but it can be timed, as necessary once it's in place and we're studying it and seeing how it works.
Good, thank you.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You guys did a great job this past weekend. Everyone did, so thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Public Safety Committee, Chair Byers.
I call to order the Public Safety Committee meeting. Present are myself, Shanice Chris, Lisa Lane, Cheryl Garniero, and John Campbell. Do we have a motion to approve the June 15th?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. All right, Chief Ford.
Good evening.
Hello. Looks like June was kind of quiet.
Not too, on some aspects, absolutely. I will mention something about the DUIs there there were 8 this month. They were all traffic stop related, so that's an uptick in proactivity that officers are doing. So that's a good sign. We like to see them looking for those signs. They're getting better at looking for those signs of people driving intoxicated. So we were able to make that many arrests, which is a good many for 1 month for us. So. One big thing I want to mention is National Night Out too, is August the 4th.
Okay, coming up.
August the 4th from 6 to 8 here at Trailblazer Park. So hope everyone can come join us that night. Officer Henry Blake is working hard in the planning and doing an excellent job with that. We have one officer that will be graduating from the police academy, female officer, on July 24th. And she will come back for her field training at that point. It'll be 12 weeks of field training after that. So, and other than that, I don't have anything to add to the report.
Does anyone on the committee have questions for Chief Ford?
I just have one thing to say about the DUIs. I had noticed that the stats, 30% of the year. Hardest things to make. Sorry. Those are the most difficult things to make. I think it's probably 4 hours for a DUI arrest minimum.
It's very time consuming to jump through all the hoops, so to say, and the legalities of it. But I'll make sure and pass that on to them.
Very easy to look the other way when someone doesn't dim their headlights or something like that, and it's very time consuming to arrest somebody. So that doesn't go unnoticed. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that, and I'll pass that on. Thank you for that.
Anyone else? All right, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Good evening.
Hi, Chief.
Evening.
You got my reports. If you got any questions about those, I'll be glad to try to answer them. If you'll notice, the training hours are up a little bit more this month. It's due to us doing auto aid training with 5 different departments. So actually, just about every department in the northern end of the county is now training together. So that's good when they have to come and help us or we have to go help them. Also, I want to give some kudos to Chief Ford and his bunch for the drone show. We did something this year that we hadn't done. We opened up the EOC. We had people here from emergency management. We had people monitoring the weather. I mean, every little thing that you could think of that nobody out there ever even saw. But it all came together. We were kind of trying to use it as a test thing. It kind of turned out to be a real thing there a few times because we had some lost kids and stuff like that. I think everybody was found probably in the first 3 minutes.
Oh, good.
We had at least 2 lost kids and 1 lost grandpa. So, but everybody was found in the first few minutes, so that, that's great for all our team. He did provide a dispatcher in there, so we actually took it off dispatch up here at the police department. Their officers that were on the road didn't even have to deal with what we were doing over here. So moved to a totally different channel. Everybody, including Public Works and EMS, was here. Everybody was on the same channel. So it worked very well. I was very pleased. Also, we're fully staffed as of today, so
Yay.
I'm happy about that. Got any questions? I'd be glad to answer.
Anyone on the committee have questions for Chief McMakin? Anyone on council? Okay.
I just
Thank
wanted
you.
to, before we head off, I just want to say thank you guys for both police and fire. I noticed that we had the ladder truck up also to kind of view the crowd. So we appreciate that.
Yep, that's a new thing for this year. You'll see that around. We didn't put the flag up. We normally would have put the flag up, but with the thunderstorm stuff coming in and out and all that, we decided not to put the flag up. But we'll probably try to do that next year if the weather's good. So.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. It looked like June was a good month for permitting.
Fair buyers, yes, it was. Really what you're noting on there is the LEVA project, which came in, and that is at the 6% rate, so it's a commercial project, so that's kind of the big bump that you see. They did pay in full, so you won't see this continue at that level, but yes.
Does anyone on the committee have questions for Shannon about the building permit report? Or the municipal court report? Anyone on council? Okay, thank you. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Thank you, Kelly. Planning and Development Committee Chair James.
I call to order the Planning and Development Committee. Present are myself, John Campbell, Kelly Byers, Shanice Chris, and Grant Baumgartner. Motion to approve the June 15th, 2026 Planning
Motion
and
to
Development.
approve.
Second.
All in favor? All right, Director Martin, can you give us a report?
Real quick report, the approved projects and permitting White Hawk Meadows Phase 2, they have received their first round of comments from land development. Once they have received their stamped approved sets, that's when you would see that start to take place in construction. Down at the bottom, Seven Brew is pretty close to opening. They've got their CEO. Gateway Fitness Court, the official opening is Thursday, the 9th at 9:30 a.m. Please come out. We have a ribbon cutting for that. It'd be really great. That's a great project. And then Dicey Langston Heritage Garden at Spring Park, Phase 1, officially will be complete on August 1st of 26. Where you'll see starting to happen is, what you won't see happening is irrigation, because it's underground. But then you'll see landscaping, the stonework that goes on each of those things. And then we'll be having a grand opening for the Charters of Freedom September 17th. And the date and all that will be coming forth later.
All right, does anyone on the committee have any questions? Anyone on council?
I would like make a personal request. If you find out when Seven Brew is opening, if you could let us know. I've never gotten so many people asking me about Seven Brew. Let us know so we can be a part of that if you hear.
Other than saying it should be imminent. I mean, they have their CEO. I rode into work past it this morning. I'm like, certainly it'll be open, but not yet.
Okay.
And so.
If you get any insider insight, we would like to know.
All right.
Thank you.
Director Martin, on the Dicey project, the landscaping, is that part of the botanical garden or is that separate? That's going to be
No,
different?
this is all Phase 1 that is around the Charters of Freedom and Dicey. And so it'll be planted in that area and the irrigation that goes with it. There will be additional landscaping and everything as we move into what we're calling Phase 2 that we're raising the money for now as it expands into the park.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you, Catherine. Ways and Means Committee Chair Baumgartner.
All right, I call Ways and Means Committee to order. Myself, Sharon Mara, Lisa Lane, Kelly Byers, and Catherine James are all present. I would entertain a motion to approve the June 15th Ways and Means minutes.
Motion to approve?
Second for that?
Second.
All right, thank you. On item C, approval of the glass recycling grant. I make a motion, which will need a second. I'll make a motion to approve a glass recycling grant application.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, this is, the city is seeking funding to purchase a permanent glass collection container for year-round public glass recycling. The collected glass will be continued to be transported to where we've been sending it before, which is
Bricolage.
thank you. Dynamics, that I can say, but not bricolage, as it has been for the past year. Installing a permanent collection container will provide residents with a convenient, ongoing opportunity to recycle glass instead of simply waiting for the city's quarterly recycling efforts as we have done previously. Those have been so well attended, but it is a little time consuming on our part, and if we can get a container to do this, it takes us a little bit out of the game, so to speak, to free us up to do some other things. Did Philip actually write this grant application?
Chair Baumgartner, that credit goes to Erica Leslie.
Miss Erica, thank you for doing that. This is an awesome, awesome project and accomplishment. Thank you very much. Ms. Shannon, do you have additional information you'd like to share?
Thank you, Chair Baumgartner, and certainly credit goes to Philip and his team too. They've been monitoring the glass collection, which has been one of our most successful initiatives. It is time consuming. We do have to pay staff to be here on Saturday, and it is only quarterly because we have to haul it. In order for the project to meet the economy that it needs to meet for bricolage to do this with us, we do the hauling and the collecting on their behalf. The opportunity that's in front of us, and it's not an opportunity without challenge, I will admit on the front end, is to have a permanent collection site so that residents don't have to wait for a quarter and store their glass for the full quarter. They can kind of come on their own time. It does relieve us a little bit of staff time. I'm not sure it relieves us a lot, but we can do it more on business hours. What we do recognize is that it will be a challenge keeping the site safe and clean, and that's something we'll have to address on a daily basis. This was an opportunity that was presented to us with relatively short notice, but we thought, given the popularity and the demand for it, we are constantly closing in, at full capacity before the residents have finished coming through the line. They don't like that. They let us know they've saved their glass and now they have to save it again. It seemed like it was a challenge. It was probably worth taking on. Staff has already put a fair number of hours to how to design this, where to design this in order to have the most safety wrapped around it. And how often we'll have to clean the site for the microfibers of glass that will be obviously, residents, I'm sure, will be careful, but they will drop things. It will happen. So that's sort of the challenge that we see here, but we see the great opportunity in front of us and wanted to bring it forth to you for your consideration.
Our approval of this in committee does send this on to council for a full vote at that point. Does anybody on committee have comments I'd like to make?
I want to confirm, is this an application for the grant or we are approved for the grant?
This is an application for the grant. So we bring all grant applications to council as a potential receipt of income. So it's kind of going in simultaneous, but we would want your approval, need your approval to receive the income.
We have a timeline of when we know?
We do. Erica, if you know that off the top of your head, you can.
The grant is due on July 10th, and awards are made 45 to 60 days after that date.
Pretty quick. Great, thank you.
Erica, am I correct that the grant total is $25,000?
You cannot exceed $30,000, and I worked with David and Scott with Public Works, and we decided $25,000 is as high as we need to go.
Can you tell us about the schedule of emptying, like when bricolage will collect?
I'll jump in here, Councilmember Byers. So this will be pulled by our staff, so they can monitor how quickly it fills up and pulls it. It is part of the pilot of it, though, is how often will we need to. We know with our recycling containers out front, they need to be emptied daily. We don't anticipate the same kind of demand with the glass, but we would need to keep an eye on that. And if that were to become a challenge, we did talk about the opportunities to post specific collection days and kind of reduce it so that it's a manageable task on our behalf.
And in addition to that, we are actually taking it to them. They are not coming to
We do. We pull it. So this is a pullable trailer. It's a high-sided trailer so that one would reach over and put the glass in. That way there's no potential or lesser potential for glass to splash back. For safety concerns, pulled it, but it's pulled direct in and out. It's relatively easy in terms of pulling for our staff members to hook it up and yank it down to Piedmont. They don't have to go very far, thankfully.
This is similar to the cart that we use, that the fire department uses to collect the aluminum cans.
It would be similar. It obviously wouldn't have the same gaping holes.
Right. Anybody else on committee have any questions? Anyone on council?
I do. So with the 25,000, are there any costs beyond that that we think we'll have over time for this to be sustainable over the years?
Councilmember Chris, it's a great question. There's always costs that we don't anticipate on the front end. We think it's something that we could handle in-house with our typical budget of Public Works. What Erica and the Public Works team have envisioned here is $10,000 for the container, $5,000 for a platform, $5,000 for fencing, and $5,000 for labor costs to go into this. We did talk about possibly building a platform for folks to step up onto to put the glass inside. But these are relatively small. What's not included in here is the regular pull time, and that's staff time that we're looking at. Can we handle that in-house? And at this point, we feel like we can send someone down on a fairly regular basis.
Again,
as a
what we've been
service.
doing before has been calling people in and working the weekends anyway.
That's correct.
I have a question. This is for residents only, the drop-off, and if so, how do we make sure? There's a number of people in the Greenville area that I know are always waiting for our recycling events to be able to drop their glass off, so.
It's a fantastic question, Councilmember Guerrero. Obviously, we couldn't possibly, if it's going to be open and available, we couldn't referee that for sure. The intention is to serve the city of Travelers Rest, but if others are able to utilize it and we're able to maintain it, that's fine.
I like the idea of having it, I'm not sure about like having it available every day with class and all that, and there's no requirements to that, so we can, like you said, make a schedule where it's once a week or to
Councilmember Lane, that is one of the opportunities we talked about as we begin to monitor it. If we see it, being difficult to keep clean and keep safe and orderly, that we could only open it at specific times, and maybe one of those times would still be on a weekend for a short period of time, so that those who do come on the weekend were able to utilize it. We'd like to start with it being open and available and kind of see what the demand actually is. Right now, we're seeing pent-up quarterly demand, right? So if we kind of get on a more rolling, regular basis, what does that look like? So we'll try it out to begin with, and then post hours as needed.
But there's no stipulation in the grant with how we need to use it and utilize it, okay.
There's not. It's simply to foster glass recycling, which really doesn't happen anywhere else. We have this unique partnership with Bricolage where they're able to crush the glass. Other entities are studying this and looking at could they pull to Bricolage, but obviously they have to be in immediate proximity in order to make that happen on a staff level. We'd love to see it scale up. That would take an investment on the private side of this.
Any other questions? All right, those in favor of going ahead and moving this on to full council for full vote? Unanimous on that, thank you. All right, that being said, do I have a motion to adjourn Ways and Means?
Motion to adjourn.
Want a motion and one will be a second.
A second, let me.
Thank you both.
All right, old business, we have none. New business, I make a motion to enter into executive session to discuss the receipt of legal advice concerning recent statutory changes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Grant. All in favor? All right, motion carries. Thank you very much. And for our guests, we're going to go into executive session, and we will be out as soon as we can. We thank you all for being here. right, the council went into executive session to discuss receipt of legal advice concerning recent statutory changes. No action was taken. I make a motion to adjourn executive session.
Second that.
Okay, all in favor? All right, motion carries. Thank you so much for our guests for being patient. We tried to be as efficient as possible. All right, next we have miscellaneous matters, administrative update. Shannon Herman, what do you got for us?
Thank you, Mayor Almadon. I would like to commend everyone on the fantastic weekend we had. We've gotten our initial numbers back, and we know that we had 600 participants in the Dicey statue dedication, and we had 6,000 guests at our drone show. So that more than doubles what we did last year. I've anecdotally spoken to a couple businesses who said they had really big Saturdays. They were excited about that. We will have Jessica, our intern, follow up with them when she gets back. Beth's helping us get together a survey so that we can really understand the economic impact of the event and council's investment. And also would like to say thank you so much to TNS Brass. Their use of their parking, allowing us to use their parking, and then also allowing us to use a side field to stage for a helicopter landing should we need to helivac someone out, really made the event possible. So it felt comfortable in Trailblazer Park. We obviously had fantastic weather after the storm came through, so we felt like it was just a great event. And then just a reminder that on July 9th, that is a Thursday, at 9:30 a.m. we will have the ribbon cutting for the Gateway Fitness Park. Please, if you can attend, we would love to have you there. And this is the result of a $250,000 grant from the Greenville Health Authority. And we have invited their representation to be with us as well. So very excited.
Thank you so much. And assuming it's okay with council, Mrs. Rice has asked to address council, and she can kind of do whatever she wants to. So if you would like to come up here and address council, come on up. Mrs. Rice would like to tell us something, and we very much appreciate your dedication to coming to our meetings. And I told her, I hope we're not in trouble, which I don't think that we are, so.
I just wanted to thank you. You do not know how much I enjoyed last weekend. And I was here from Dicey to the drone show, so I was tired, but I did enjoy it. And I want y'all to know how much I appreciate you, and I don't want you to think I complain all the time. But thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Seeing you there was very special at the Dicey dedication and the drone show. It was a big deal for the city of Travelers Rest. Yeah. And I know you have high expectations for us, and so I'm glad that we met them for you. You're welcome. You're welcome. It was all for you, all for you. All right, does anyone on council have anything for the good of council?
I would just like to note that I showed a lot of people, friends, family from out of state, even the Dicey Langston statue, and everybody complimented it and were thrilled. They're like, that is the coolest statue I've ever seen. And so it goes far and wide, so it was fantastic. So thank you.
I think it's going to keep getting better. Jay and Shannon are working on some additional pieces to it, and so it's definitely an idea that's, I don't know, just keeps getting better, so thank you for that. And the drone show, if Beth was here, she did a great job on that. It was really, really good. Very special. I wasn't sure if we could keep up with last year, but we did. It was good. It was good.
The bar has been set even higher.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, anyone else on council have anything for the good of council? Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, second?
Second.
All in favor? All right, thank you again for being here. We appreciate it.